This is what your life's like. Try to live the life right. People really know you push your buttons like type right. This is like a movie, but it's really very lifelike. Every single night, right? Every single fight, right? I was looking at the gram and I don't even like life. I was screaming at my daddy, told me it ain't Christ-like. I was screaming at the referee, just like Mike. Looking for a bright light. People, what's your life like? Fighting on the right fight, feeling like a sight fight. Pressing on the gas, supernova for a night light. Screaming at my dad and he told me it ain't Christ-like. But nobody never see you when you're being like Christ. Only ever seeing me, only when they needing me. Like a Tyler Perry made a movie for BT, searching for a deity. Now you wanna see it free, now you wanna see it free. Let you see it through your piece. Tell me what your life's like, turn it down a bright light. Struggling with my dad and he told me it ain't Christ-like. I'm just trying to find, I've been looking for a new way. I'm just really trying not to really do the cool way. I don't have a cool way, singing on my best though. Block up on a text though, nothing else next though. Not another word, not a picture or a decimal. Wrestling with God, I don't really wanna rest though. Spanish really life, everything in my life. Arguing with my dad and he said it ain't Christ-like. Man. You know it's like somebody only close you can get you like off your. I be on my. I woke up this morning, I said my prayers, I'm all doing good. I try to talk to my dad, see him some advice. He starts spazzing on me. I start spazzing. He said, "It ain't Christ-like." I said, "Ah!"
All right, it's the boy, comedian Edwin-Douglas, and you're on You Heard Me First Radio Talk Show. That's right, we are on Uheardme1st, Spotify, Spreaker, and of course Google Podcasts. And don't forget, we definitely is on Robinlynne-Productions, the only production will drive all 200 countries, right here on You Heard Me First Radio Talk Show. And now, allowed me to bring in my co-host, the one and only, the Boudin Man. How you doing, my brother?
I'm doing wonderful, brother. Just glad to be on the show today.
All right. And, of course, we cannot forget our DJ sidekick, Uncle Ben. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, before I bring in our guest on the show, this episode also later on in the show we will do the book of the week and of course Black History Month on You Heard Me First Update News. For those that are tuning in for the very first time, You Heard Me First Radio Talk Show is a 1-hour platform that brings in real people that will tell real stories to entertain our listeners' spirit and soul with music, and of course we get our laugh on. Now, ladies and gentlemen, all the way from the Philadelphia area, from the East Coast, New York, New Jersey, I know y'all hear me. Delaware, I know y'all hear me. Philly, Penn Landing, yeah, I know about this. Old City, yeah, I know about y'all. Please put your hands together for the only Bethel Sheppard Bates. How you doing, sweetie?
Hi, Edwin. Hey, I'm wonderful. I'm so glad to have the opportunity to be with you guys today.
Well, we are more than happy to open the door and let you come in and spend time with us today. You were shocked that I started naming some of the area. I'm not gonna say hood, but I've named few areas that I'm familiar with when I spend really a whole week in Philly. Yes, I have to let it be known that you guys are good people, and I really enjoyed spending time in Philly. Yes. So with that being said, tell us, when you were 18 years old, what was the first job that you have taken out of high school or after you left college?
Oh, okay. The first job. I think I I did some volunteer work. I know I was a volunteer. I started off as a candy striper. And at 18, I was actually in my first year of college, and I had a mailroom job through student work study. So I was responsible for taking mail to the different professors and staff within Community College of Philadelphia.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Then, when did you get into entertainment such as theater, plays, and writing? Just tell us what made you get into it.
Okay, well, I want to say that I started writing at a very young age. I want to say about 10. I used to always journal. I always had a book where I wrote down my thoughts and my feelings. I lived in I want to say a volatile household. And it was something always going on where I didn't feel safe enough to really speak my mind. And so I would write. I would always write. I would come home from school and I would write how my day was. I would write what was going on in my household, like I said. And as time went on, I didn't really realize that it was going to lead to anything at all, until maybe about 13 years old when I composed my first song. The song that I composed, I had I still have a cousin that is a part of Harold Melvin and the Blue Notes, if you know anything about the Harold Melvin and the Blue Notes.
Yes, ma'am.
That's a group where Teddy Pendergrass was a part of this group. He actually started off as a drummer. But needless to say, he went on and he became one of the lead singers in this group, the Blue Notes. And so when he left and went on to take a career, a solo career, he went on to pursue his solo career. My cousin, whose name is Donnell Gillespie, he became part of that group. So at 14, they were always looking for material and things of that nature. And I had a song that I had written. Now I'm 14 years old, and I go around there where they used to practice at. They used to practice on this little street. I had another family member that lived on that same street, and went over there and took the song, and they loved the song. And they were like, listen, we want to sign you. We want to sign you. We want this song. And my dad, I had to take the contract home to my dad, Scott Music Corporation. That was the name of the corporation that was trying to give me a contract. So my dad was like, no. My dad said, no, you're too young. You need to focus on school. If you really want to pursue this, this music and this singing and writing or what have you, you have to wait until you're older, and you can do it again. But needless to say, I never went that route. I never had that opportunity as far as, that contract again. But, yeah, so I can remember as early as 14 years old writing music.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead, Boo. Go ahead.
Sound like you was a very gifted, talented lady, Miss Bethel.
Bethel. People call me Bethel. My name. So many people want to call me Bethel because I know that.
So it's Bethel. Gotcha.
Yeah, it's Bethel. So I tell people, like, when you look at the name, just think of the name Michelle, and it will come to you that it's Bethel.
Okay.
Yes,
all right, Miss Bethel. Okay, Miss Bethel, I got you.
Thank you for that. Mm-hmm.
But you know what? I'm just thinking, if your daddy had let you sign that contract, no telling where you would be today. We'll never know.
Absolutely. My whole, everything could have taken a different turn, because as of right now, I'm not even like for a long time after that, I just focused on writing music. I just focused on composing music and poems. It wasn't until I want to say, later on, I would say about 25 years later, I started writing again. For a long period, I didn't write. I was just focused on, I had gotten married and had children, and I had focused on that, and that just, overwhelmed me, the marriage and the whole thing. So for a long period, I didn't write. But unfortunately, the marriage didn't work out, and shortly after the marriage was over, I picked up writing again. Someone that I barely knew gave me a journal for Christmas. It was ironic because I hadn't picked up a journal in, like I said, 25 years. And they gave me a journal, and it just was like, oh, my God. What am I going to do with this? I was so, I just didn't even know if I still had the same spirit for writing. I didn't know how I felt about it anymore, because it had become foreign to me now. But I just started writing in the journal every day. I picked that journal up and I wrote in it every day. And I want to say for the next year, I journaled.
Wow.
And then that journal became my first novel.
All right.
Get another one, Boudin. Get another one.
Well, I'm going to say this for the parents who got children today, that you think they're too young for going out there on their own. They got talent. Let them go on out there as long as it's positive and not negative. Let them go on do what they do, because you could handicap them.
Mhm. Yes. And that's kind of how I felt. I was kind of mad at my father for not, for stifling my dream, because I would wait for him to come home from work, and as a young person, I would wait for him to come home from work, because we all want our parents' approval. And I would be like, listen, I'm going to my two sisters, I remember one song that we had, I was like, we practiced it, like when Daddy comes home, we're going to perform this for him so that he can see that we are good, and wait for him to come home from work. Daddy, sit down, we have something to show you, and perform it. And he would just look, and he would say, yeah, I know. You are gifted, but you have to, again, he would just say, like, just focus on your schoolwork right now. Stop focusing on what you're focusing on. So, once he shot me down, I still wrote, but it wasn't the same,
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't the same, so I think that kind of strained. And I still have that contract. The contract that I got at 14 years old, I still have it.
Wow.
It has no signature on it. Yes, it's torn. It has stains on it. Because we're talking now, like, it's about 40 years old now, the contract. Mm-hmm.
Wow.
So speaking on that, in the business, not personally, but in the business, what are some of the trial and tribulation that you have had in the process, in your journey as a writer, playwright, everything, putting things together to make it work? Just tell us what are some of the trial and tribulation that you may have had in the business, not personal, but in the business.
I would say it's been a journey, and it still continues to be a journey. The one thing that I had trouble with from the very beginning is trusting people, because I'm a person that, if I say I'm going to do X, Y, and Z, I'm going to be there for you. This is what I'm going to do. I'm a person that sticks by I have some stick-to-itness. I believe in stick-to-itness. You know, you say you're going to do this. You say, so in this business, you will run into people that will tell you, I can do this for you. I can do that for you. And they really cannot. So you run into a lot of people that are false. I would say fake people. And so after time goes on, you don't really know who to trust. You begin to put your guard up because all types of people will try to get into your circle, try to get near you, but they have their own ulterior motive and not the mission at hand. So
I agree.
I've just learned to be very skeptical and cautious about people, and sometimes I'm overly, cautious because right now I'm running a ship that is it's run solely by me, because I don't really let people in like that. I've had people steal my material. I've had
wow.
I've learned copyright everything, and even in copyright, people will try to take your material. So as far as me even sending a script in or any type of project into, say, like a film festival, because I was really hung up on, like, I'm going to go to, Sundance. I'm going to be at the Toronto Film Festival. You send in your material, and I will tell you this, even with, say, networks like BET or Aspire, when these networks first came out, I said to myself, this is my chance. Aspire, Bounce, I'm like, these are black-run networks.
Right.
If I have a chance at any network, I will have a chance at this one. So they send you, you pull up their, their application form or what have you to fill out, and they clearly have a disclosure in their application that tells you that even if you fill this application out and you send us a project and we don't accept your project, but later on you see a project that looks similar to yours on our network, this is basically what it says, that there's many people that send in the same ideal that you send in. So, in other words, you can't really prove that is your ideal that they took, because many people have that same ideal and could have come in, but you rejected my ideal. Then later on, I see an episode up here like the one I sent you. Like, so when I read that disclosure, I said, oh no, I cannot. I can't send this to them, because they are basically saying that
they're gonna steal it.
Exactly. They can steal it, and I don't even have any. So, I mean, the business is so,
and what she's saying, ladies and gentlemen, for those who are in the entertainment business, whether you're an author, anything that you created, produced it, wrote it, it's important that you need 4 evidence. And those evidence are, number 1, copyright, number 2, patent, number 3, the entertainment lawyer, number 4, when you have a production, you need to have 4 people, such as the director, the producer, the associate producer, and all you guys sign it. So if something happens to Bethel, then the executive producer or the associate was the witness, because they got it on paper. That's how that goes. Right. Okay, that's how that goes. You're going to get as many documents and witnessed and signed by your attorney, and you covered. And then Tyler Perry was on BET. He was accepted an award. I think it was a BET award show. And he stood up and he was saying, get your own studio, get your own something in your name. That's why Hollywood is so damaged. They ran out of ideas. They want to use something that's beautiful, hardworking, and take your ideas. Same thing with your music business. Same thing with the publishing company. If they see that you don't know any better, then they're going to take advantage of you or overcharge you. And then here's the sneaky part. We'll take your concept, we'll take everything you put your hard work into, your content, send it overseas and put it in a different language, and you won't have a clue.
Whoa.
That goes across the board. Music, books, all that, okay?
Real.
So it's important that you do your homework, and this is what Uheardme1st radio talk show is all about. I've just learned these things, and I call myself corporate thugging. I can't find you door to door, but I'm going to whoop you on paper, okay?
Right.
I'm going to whoop your behind on paper, and you ain't going to like it. Corporate thugging ain't no joke.
And I tell people, if you remember, it's a while ago, it was years ago, the Hollywood went on strike. And when I say Hollywood went on strike, the writers went on strike. People had no idea, because when you see these people on television, you think they are the stars. It's just like when you see musicians and singers and things of that nature go on tour. They are not really the stars. The writers are the stars. Okay?
That's right.
They showed them in Hollywood that we will shut it down if you don't give us what we want. Those writers went on strike, and next thing you know, all you saw was reruns over and over again, because it's not the actor that has the power, it's the writers. Once they stop writing material, they will shut it down, okay? So I said to myself, I want to be a writer, okay, because the writers really have all the power. As long as you can write, there will be a need for you. There will be a demand for you. And so
and that's what the Oscar Award's about. You be hearing all these nominees, writers, and I don't have a clue who they are unless I keep up with all their work. And the actors really, now if you're an actor, a writer, producer, all these titles, then you got it going on, okay? But if you're just an actor and you just wait on your phone to ring and you have not become a household name yet, I give everyone advice. Try something else, or be a media reporter. When you go to the awards show, get the mic and be able to introduce, and that way not only your name become popular or a household name, but you envision, people recognize who you are and can match your name with your face. So like Bethel is sharing with us, she's telling you guys the truth. Hollywood is no joke. There's no joke. I've never been there, but I had sense enough to do my homework by paying attention to what's in front of me. I read a lot. I'm always on social media. I learn. I listen. Because I'm telling y'all, you play with comedian-Edwin-Douglas, I'm telling you, I'm going to introduce you to my representative. And the name of my representative is first name corporate, last name thuggin'. I'm telling you. Corporate thuggin' is no joke.
And I'm going to tell you, it's so much pressure on you. I always wanted to be a behind-the-stage person. I'm not a person that want to be, I don't need accolades and things, people praising me all the time. I'm a backstage, and that's why I chose to be a writer and direct. But I look at Sylvester Stallone. I look at I'm gonna tell you, even people like Debbie Allen and people Debbie Allen. They'll look at Debbie Allen and say, I see fame, I see a dancer, but they don't look at Debbie Allen and say, I see Homicide. She wrote, she put Homicide together. That is her movie. That is her movie. And what I want to say is, you have to be more of a how they say, a double or triple threat. You have to have something, because when one door shut down, because Hollywood is so superficial. And when I say superficial, I mean it's all about looks. It's all about bling. It's all about
glamour.
glamour.
And if you don't look, and they don't feel like you're made for a certain part or whatever, listen, you're too old. We can't use you in this. We need a white person for this role. We need you to say. Listen, when you write, you don't have to deal with any of that because writing doesn't have an age to it.
That's it.
Okay?
That's it.
It doesn't have an age to it. A good script is a good script.
That's
all
it.
right?
Now, with that being said, a writer, it's not an age group. The look is. Tell us, for the people that you scout or recruit or have an audition, share with us how your production and what you guys look for to earn the role that you have to offer in all your plays.
Okay, so when I'm casting, because I'm on all of that, I'm a 100% a person that's in. I'm involved 100% in the whole production. So I'm writing, I'm directing, and one of the reasons is because of money. The budget is very tight. Anybody that is trying to climb that entertainment ladder, it gets very tight because, like I said, when you're held under a microscope and you see that Hollywood is looking for something specific, and they may not want what you have, but regardless, and then you take things into your own hands. Okay, I don't need approval for you on my script. I'm going to produce my own script. I don't need a director. I'm going to direct my own production because I don't want to have you changing. The one thing that directors have the ability to do is change your script. So I never wanted that. So I want to be my own director because I want the story told the way I wrote it. So doing all of these things, if you don't have the money to go out and purchase a director or get an executive producer on your side or what have you, your crew, you need some ride-or-die people with you. You need somebody who has embodied that vision that you have, and they see what it is that you are trying to accomplish and believe in that and say, you know what, I want to be a part of that because I see what you're trying to do. So I surround myself with those type of people. Now, when I'm casting, when I have my casting director's hat on, I am looking for authenticity.
Okay.
I want a person that's authentic. I really don't care about what you look like. I have had so many people that have come through the Garden of Eden Productions, which is my production company, and they have said to me, I've been on so many auditions and no one has picked me up. See, I have a burden for that type of person. Because they didn't pick you up because you didn't have the right look, you didn't have the right, whatever it is they were looking for. And so I have a heart for that type of person. I will give that person a role. I have had people that have never acted before in their life, and I've given them their first this production that I had, that my new play, Matters of the Heart, that's going to be premiering next week. I have a first-time a theatrical debut going on there as well. And I want to say this guy is fantastic, and you will not believe that this is his first time acting. These are the kinds of people that I get because I take these people, and for some reason, however I pull it out of them, it gets pulled out of them, okay? First-timers. I had a guy that was disabled. I want to say disabled in he had a bit, disabled and whatever. They had a couple of disabled people come on. The standard industry will not hire them unless they specifically have a role for a disability person.
Okay.
But
right.
I look deeper into that. You know, if you got a speech impediment, I've had a couple of people with speech impediments. By the time I got finished with them, and I tell everybody, look, go take a class or two. Go take a class or two to help you, because if you really want to be in this industry, you're going to have to be the best you that you can be. And so take you a couple classes. In the meantime, they are still in my production. People have loved them, okay?
Right.
I love giving people hope because I don't want anybody's dream to be shattered. Okay,
right.
You get turned down so many times, you're going to stop trying. You know,
okay.
So I'm like, no, just come to rehearsal. A lot of them, I don't even promise them a part. I just said, come to rehearsal as an understudy, learn everybody's lines, and when they are absent, you fill in for them. And so a lot of times that happens, and they take on that person's role for one reason or another. So I tell people, just show up, and you never know what can happen. So I just believe in hiring. I believe in hiring people who are authentic, as like I said, and people who have passion and a desire, and they are committed. See, once I see that, I know that you can make it. You can make it, and I'm not here to shoot your dreams down. I'm here to lift you up and let you know, do not give up. We're just a small community theater, media arts, and film production company, but we do big things.
Good.
Because we invest in people. So.
That's it. That's the key word, invest in people. Boudin, go ahead and get one more question.
I got a question for you, Bethel. Could I find you on the YouTube?
Yes, you could. You can find me. I'm Googleable. If you put my name in the Google box, I come up.
Okay, because here where I'm going with this, I would like to see.
If you put my name in that Google box, I come up. I have a website, the Garden of Eden, Philadelphia.org. Garden of Eden. People ask me, like, is that a spiritual thing? It's spiritual because that's where everything began. Okay.
Well, that's where I'm getting ready to go with this. I'm getting ready to go somewhere with this. You ready?
Yes. Okay.
Okay. I'm a man of God, and what I'm listening to, the way you're talking, when you had that deal at 14 years old, that wasn't for you.
Right.
What you're doing now is for you.
Okay.
And you're going to go to higher places.
Okay. I received that. Amen. I receive it.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. I believe it will, when the play continues to go out through the rest of the year, I don't have a problem be a warm-up before the show starts. The boy comedian-Edwin-Douglas can open up the play. So if you ever need a comedian to open up, to warm up your audience before that curtain open up, I can make myself available. Because listening to you sound like you do good work.
Yes.
Listening to you, I've already seen the video, everything you sent me. This is great information for people who want to get into the business. And because, like you said, there's a lot of other people have gone to so many auditions and don't even get a chance. In the line, all for 3 or 4, 5 hours, and their names don't get called or they don't get picked.
Yes.
So before we let you go, this is great. One more time, tell everyone the name of this play that you are promoting, where, when, what. Just go right ahead and how you can be reached and contact. The mic is yours.
Okay, so Matters of the Heart is the name of the production. We're going to be premiering Sunday, February the 23rd. We have 2 shows. We have a 3 o'clock show, and we also have a 6 o'clock show. And we'll be down at the Performance Garage in Philadelphia, and that's at 15 15 Brandywine Street. Matters of the Heart, I want to say it addresses domestic violence. And if you know anything about domestic violence, there are many types of domestic violence. Mm-hmm. Domestic meaning it's somebody that you know, okay, that you continue to abuse in some shape, form, or fashion. And so we touched down on two different types of domestic violence. I hear there are a lot of shows and a lot of writings, and we pay somewhat a lot of attention to male on female domestic violence. But I wanted to speak, in this particular production, I wanted to speak to elderly abuse because elderly abuse is on the rise. And
you got that right.
Yeah, it's up to like 10% now, and 1 out of every 14 cases don't even get reported. So in this production, we're going to be speaking to types of domestic violence and signs to look for and things of that nature. And anybody that wants to come out, you might want to comp tickets, because I believe in comping some tickets sometimes, depending on how bad you want to come see the show. But you can reach me at my email address, Garden of Eden Prodo, that's PRODO, @gmail.com. My website is gardenofedenphiladelphia.org. My Twitter handle, Garden of Eden Productions. My Facebook handle, Garden of Eden Productions, or Bethel Bates. So just hit me up if you're going to just put my novels are on, Google my name, and my information will come up if you can't remember any of what I'm saying to you right now.
I want to say something when you get through.
Yeah.
I'm a 40-some-year entrepreneur, and I noticed once upon a time we didn't have all this social media. And I've been noticing nobody wants to give out their phone number. And what I'm looking at, you could be, because everybody don't know how to use the computer. Everybody
They sure don't.
Not computer skilled. And it could be an older person or whatever, could be want to know how they could get in contact with y'all. And I've been just noticing.
And then if you want to contact us by phone, our phone number is 215 area code 760-8176.
That's what I'm talking about right there.
There you go.
All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I want y'all to put your hands together for the CEO, the creator of Garden of Eden Production. She corrected us. Her name is Bethel Sheppard Bates. Don't forget, this is your new home. Anytime you want to come back, I don't care if you're writing a book, we're now giving you the key for you to put it inside the door, and this is your new home.
And I
welcome you.
Thank you so much, Edwin. You guys have been so warm to me from the first time that I spoke to you. You just took out time and you listened, and you were like, listen, I'm going to have you on the show. And I just thank you for that, because so many people, you a man of your word. You said, I'm going to reach out to you, and you did. And I really respect it. So thank you for having me. Thank you, guys. I would love to come back.
You're welcome. Right. Every play that you write or every book. And you know what, matter of fact, we're going to, after this play here, I would like for you to come back and I shared with you, give us 2 stars that you consider the stars in your play. And we're going to have all 3 of you guys on the show next time you come back.
That's
right.
Beautiful.
And I also you may have a chance to speak to me a little bit about this new documentary, my first documentary that I put together. The official trailer is out. It's on YouTube. It's called The Condemned Free. And premiering that actual documentary in late April, and that speaks to mass incarceration, systemic and structural racism in America.
All right.
So you'll be filming it, and mean that y'all going to work to put it together.
We're past the filming stage, so now it's just when we're going to premiere it. Yeah. So we're just getting together sponsors and things of that nature right now, and trying to find the correct venue where we want it. And like I said, by me working on so many projects at one time, I don't want to overlap them. So right after I finish with Matters of the Heart, I will be able to focus more on the premiere of The Condemned Free. And I'm actually having another casting call for another project that I'm working on. So, yeah, thank you so much.
You're very welcome.
You're very welcome.
I'm planning on to be in Philly in the month of August when they have the jazz festival that I was talking to you about.
Yeah.
On the phone. Yes. So I will make sure I look you up when I'm there.
Yes, I can't wait.
And we can get together and do brunch or somewhere. I'm trying to think of I've been to several restaurants. Warm Daddy. I love Warm Daddy. We was on top of the patio, but I remember Warm Daddy. And that other one, Miss Tootie, Miss Tootie,
yes.
Yeah. Boudin, man, you wouldn't understand what we're talking about. You got to be there.
I hear you. I've been wanting to try that Philadelphia steak sandwich.
Oh my God.
Oh, yes. Yes. Well, thank you.
Yeah, we're gonna have a blast. I can't wait to see it in August. Mhm.
Yes. Well, thank you. You now have the key. Anything you got coming up or anything that you want to talk about, just give us a call, and you have our contact. You have my number, and like I said, this is your new home.
Thank you.
All right. Take care.
You have a wonderful day. Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you. All right. I enjoyed that. You know what? We're going to start letting our guests stay on a little bit longer. Maybe after we celebrate our 2 years anniversary in a few more weeks. But what we're going to do, we're going to take a quick music break, and we'll come back. We're going to do our book of the week. Don't you guys go way too far, because we are who we say who we are. You heard me?
Yeah. The one who placed every star, created every galaxy, from the greatest to the least, felt the missing on your reach. What you speak immediately becomes my reality. I eat your word and so you see, sustaining my vitality. Any demon brave enough to make the choice to challenge me with witnessly. There's no way to actually ever handle me. The greatest power is living right in here, and I don't have nothing, because with him I win. The same power that rose Christ from the dead, it's the same power that got me up out of bed. So I drink from his well, and I eat of his bread. I'm only saying what he says so I can see what he says. Now if you have faith, as a mother, you can move a mountain, but you ain't moving nothing when you're too consumed with doubt. Trying to figure out how to win, what and how, about how God ain't look it all. I read the signs 1 and 2 till they got cannot lie, and it's going to do the work. I say it's 55, if you started it, it's it, cause God ain't got your business, and I have to start with the word, and the word is God. From every word of his mouth, the whole world was formed. He gave his only son so that we would overcome the death of sin and every weapon formed. I said the devil is a liar and Jesus is real. He died on the cross so that the world could live. The power of his blood covers all of our sins, and it permits us to walk in his righteousness. And it's because of the cross that I am not lost, and this freedom I possess, it came at a cost. I know the power of his name and the power in his vein. The cross is more than the pretty charm on my chain. Have faith as a mother, you can move a mountain, but you ain't moving nothing when you're too consumed with that. Trying to figure out how to win, what and how, about how God gon' work it all. How many times 1 and 2 till they got cannot lie, and it's gonna do the work. I say I can't stop it.
right, it's your boy, comedian Edwin Douglas, and you are on You Heard Me First Radio Talk Show. That's right. We are on Spotify, Spreaker, as well as YouTube, robinlynne-productions, and of course, Google Podcasts. You enjoyed the interview, Boudin and Uncle Ben and Uncle Ben?
Oh, it was wonderful. It was wonderful, brother.
Yes,
I learned a lot.
I enjoyed it and had a good time with it. And I really enjoyed it. And I wish we could keep her on a little bit longer. But time just go by so fast, man.
When you're having
fun. I don't know what to deal with that. So tell me what you learned from her.
Well, one thing I learned from her, I thought about her. I had met the lady who did The Matrix.
Mm-hmm.
I talked to her on the phone for hours. And she was telling me that she wrote the movie The Matrix.
Okay.
And I remember, I never did watch the movie The Matrix, but I sold the movie The Matrix. And when she told me they stole that movie from her. And
wow.
I think she said she's doing Matrix 4. But here where I'm going with this. A lot of the movies and television shows, matter of fact, one of the biggest television shows that first came out, I don't know what you call it, television show, but I'm going to call it The American Idols.
Right.
A guy here in Dallas put that together, a brother. So when I would listen to her, a lot of people watching these shows on television, they don't know the original owner is not nowhere around. They took those ideas from the original owners, and everybody's enjoying it, but the original owner ain't getting no props, no nothing. So what I'm trying to tell y'all, dot all your I's and cross all your T's.
Wow. Well, you know, as we were sharing with her, it's important that any work that you put into it, especially your hard work into it, it's important that you really take the time out to do your homework. Don't be afraid. Matter of fact, don't be in a hurry to, put it out there so fast, because people in the business will take advantage of you.
Right.
Exactly. Well, y'all know what time it is. Can I get the drum roll, please? All right, it is time for You Heard Me First Radio Talk Show Book Club, Book of the Week. And the book of the week is Single on Purpose, and the author is Jordy Bostock, Jordi, Jordy Bostock. Yes. I know her. She's been very successful selling this book. But since this was a Valentine weekend, and there are a lot of single people out there and don't know their purposes or a purpose being single. And I'm just going to read just a few things for us to open a conversation and share positive things about this book. Well, here's what some of the things that she voiced her opinion and her experiences on men and women. Well, too many women of God have disobeyed their Heavenly Father by giving the best of themselves away. Mind, body, soul, resources, and time in a pathetic attempt to secure a man. As a result of their bitter, desperate, insecure, alone, in a time of total of using the word distraction, a lot of people, a lot of women and men, for whatever reason, have not assured themselves that they are single. Now, I I have the book. I read the book, but I just kind of used a short version just for us to open a conversation. Boudin, you've been married just one time.
Right.
I've been married and divorced. Uncle Ben been married and divorced. And I'm going to tell you now, you would not understand being single on purpose because you never been divorced. If you only have one marriage, correct?
Right.
Okay. So for those who's listening, if you have been married and never been divorced, today you would not understand being single. I've interviewed the author several times from different radio shows in my career and my journey, and we have great discussion, sharing each other thoughts and vision. But what she's speaking on the biblical standpoint. Okay? Now, stop right there. There's a big difference with this book versus the book that Steve Harvey wrote. Everybody's going to try to put their own thoughts and definitions what it means to be single. What are some of the things that they should do when they go dating? Well, I'm going to be fair because I have to respect my co-host, even though he's never been divorced. But we can learn from him based on what I just read. And the key word that I want you to speak on, Boudin, on women and men who are single and don't understand why they went through the things they went through, and they became bitter every time they got on a date. Start right there using the word having bitterness and desperate. Why men and women don't see this while they've been bitter or desperate, trying to get into another relationship, or don't want to accept the fact that they are single. Go ahead.
Well, since I've been married for 40 years, I have learned a lot from being around single people. And what I'm getting out of it, you need to become a friend before you really get close, because friends is powerful. And when I find out a friend would take a bullet for you, they let me know how powerful a friend is. So when you single, the man and the woman, become friends before you become lovers. Wait till the friendship gets started, then become lovers, because you get to know more about each other instead of just getting it on.
Okay. That's okay. I can buy that because that's your opinion, your thought, and what you have witnessed. By me, have had several interviews with the author in person and also on all my shows that I have been a part of, from TV to radio. Speaking on a biblical standpoint, a lot of people may not accept or believe or may not know that man must line himself up with God. And what I mean by that is, in the order, the key word, obedient.
Right.
Being obedient, according to what we are speaking on this book, Single on Purpose. I hate to say this. I'm not saying that for those who've been married and divorced that you wasn't supposed to get married. Maybe you didn't line yourself up with God in the beginning before you got married the first time and the second time.
I agree with that.
there's a possibility that you did marry the right person, but for somehow the obedient part did not take place. Not to say that you've been punished or you misled the person or not appreciating the person who you were with. Now, let's not get too far in the marriage. Let's keep our mind, why are you single today? For those who've never been married, and for those who've been married and divorced and thinking about getting married again. It begins, line yourself up with God, have a conversation with God, and ask Him, what is your purpose being on earth?
Right.
Ask God, who am I?
Right.
Instead of me thinking this is who I am. Many are called, but few are chosen. Because sometime before we do get married, there's a title, there's a package come along with you first. Now, speaking to the men, those who've been married, been divorced, once again, be obedient to God with yourself lined up. Now, then get your thoughts in what I call a peace of mind. Have a peace of mind so you can continue to feel good about who God called you to be, who God introduced you to become, and to let you know that you can be able to explain to anybody who you are. Then when you do that, then you can let the person know when you do go out on a date, hey, this is who I'm following, this is where I'm going, this is what I'm called to do, this is what I'm working on, and this is what I want to keep, God and a peace of mind. Now, when you introduce yourself to the other person, and if it does not come close, what you presented, and they're on a whole nother level, don't force yourself. Continue to enjoy being single. Okay? So with that being said, we're going to stop right there. Get the book. Right. The name of the book is Single on Purpose. The author name is Jordy Bostock. That's spelled Jordi Bostock, Bostock. You can go to Amazon. Uncle Ben, you want to add anything to that? Uncle Ben. Uncle Ben. Both of y'all made some valuable points. Uncle Ben. I still got my mind on Georgia Woodbine. I'm going to let y'all two have that Single on Purpose. I have nothing to say, nothing against what you guys saying. I don't want to mess up nothing what God got planned for me. Uncle Ben.
I know that's right, Uncle Ben. I'm right with you, Uncle Ben. We got some good purposes for you in the long run.
Wow. Anything you want to say before we go on another music break?
Well, I'm going to say this to everybody. There's a scripture in the Bible where it says you need to be equal yoke, not unequal yoke. Because if you ain't equal yoke, the marriage is not going to work.
Well, we talked about the unequal yoke, and I'm still struggling with that. And I'm not saying what you're saying is wrong. Time changes.
That's right.
Even the one that is or they are equally yoked. There's many relationships and marriages have fell apart and gone different ways, separate ways. This is why I'm saying this, because what do they go from there? Is it because they don't know who they are? Did they line themselves up with God? there's so many questions, and really, no one has the answer.
Really don't.
No one has the answer. Because I can give you a whole list of scenarios, okay? And that doesn't mean just because I'm the host, just because I have my own radio talk show that I'm right or correct. You never know how God is using all of us.
Right.
Just to see, man, if we're going to appreciate and acknowledge each other. We have books. We have the internet. We have so many things out there we call sources. The only person who has all the right answers for all the things that is taking place while people are single on purpose, and that's God. We're going to take a quick music break, and we'll come back. We're going to do You Heard Me First Update News. Very good, guys, because this is You Heard Me First Radio Talk Show.
The devil is a liar. Jesus is Lord. And God is exalted over everything. And if you believe that, then repeat after me. Lord, I repent. Forgive me for all of my sins. I believe that Jesus is Lord. And that He came and died for me. So let's just do it today. Ay, ay, ay. Do it today. Yeah, do it today. If you want to be saved, ay, ay, ay. If you want to be saved, you can do it today. Now let me hear you say, Lord, I repent. Forgive me for all of my sins. For all of my sins. I believe that Jesus is Lord. Jesus is Lord. And that He came and died for me. Yes. So let's just do it today. Ay, ay, ay. Let's just do it today. Yeah, we can do it today. If you want to be saved, ay, ay, ay. If you want to be saved, then you can do it today. This is a call to all. For everybody, everybody, yeah. For everybody, everybody. This is a call to all. For everybody, everybody, yeah. For everybody, everybody. This is a call to all. For each one for you, for each one for you, each one for you. This is a call to all. He did it just for you, He did it just for you, He did it just for you. Yeah, He did it just for you. You see, Jesus died on the cross, and He paid it all, so that you could have it all. And guess what? He wants it all from you.
All right. We're back on You Heard Me First Radio Talk Show, and right along with my co-host, the one and only Boudin Man, and of course our DJ sidekick, Uncle Ben. I really appreciate you guys giving your input on the book Single on Purpose by the author Jordy Bostock. That's JORDI-BOSTOCK. All right. Now it's time for You Heard Me First Update News. The first thing, the big blast, took place between Snoop Dogg and Gayle King by Snoop Dogg getting out there and giving her the blues. Start with Boudin Man. What is your... Just tell me what you think about that, Boudin Man.
What Gayle did was very wrong. She could have waited at least after they had the funeral over with. Why didn't she bring it up before he died? Wasn't nothing right about what she done. I'm down with Snoop Dogg.
Okay. What is your thought on Snoop Dogg called her out of her name?
Now, he didn't have to talk about it that bad. That was pretty bad. He could have took it another direction, but he went off on her. I know what it was, though. Snoop Dogg and Kobe was real good friends because he gave Kobe that 64 Chevy car, so that let me know they was real close, but I guess he just wasn't thinking. He was out of it, and he didn't care what he came out of his mouth.
I agree with you, and For those who don't know, his mother, Snoop Dogg's mom, made him apologize. And that let me know, therefore, he had that much sense to listen to his mother. And he said that he was hurt. He hadn't got over the fact that what happened to Kobe Bryant and his daughter Gigi. And like Boudin said, that it's more than about the car. They were good friends. And the city of LA really, really supported Kobe Bryant legacy, and people all over the world felt it the same way. I'm a big time LA Laker fan, and it's still unbelievable, but we have to be very careful what you say about anybody, not just Kobe Bryant, but anybody that who lose a family member, and that lets you know that we're all one body in Christ when you have feeling for someone or anyone or everyone. So those are things that we have to be very careful and learn how to love each other, support one another, and hopefully one day that the whole world will come to their senses and realize God is love and love is God.
That's right.
Okay. Also, what's going on? You heard me first update news. How a 23 years old entrepreneur earned over $20 million in e-commerce in less than 1 year. 23 years old, bro.
That's powerful. That's real powerful.
Well, his name is Kevin Zhang. Zhang. 23 years old. He's the CEO of commerce organization called, spelled with a K, Creator E-Commerce. Success to tune over $20 million in sales, over 250 million customers across 20 countries. Wow, that's amazing, and he's very creative what he's doing, and I'm just trying to see what his service.
That's what I want to know.
Success story, brand. Okay, what he does, he takes a lot of brand, okay, and make the brand very successful by using what you call e-commerce. For those who don't understand how the e-commerce works, he's actually taking it and making taking their strategies and creating marketing. That's basically what he's doing.
Okay.
That's basically what he's doing.
Makes sense.
And that's amazing. Wow, I'm going to follow him, and maybe I can learn some things. I'm sure I can.
There you go.
I'm sure I can learn some things from him that I can.
I know you can, Brother Douglas.
Oh yeah, once I put two and two together, man, I'll be ready.
It's on and popping.
Also, what's going on You Heard Me First update news? The Joy Bomb comedy TV show is coming soon this summer. 2020, myself, the host, and my sidekick on TV is Boudin Man. We will be worldwide. It will be on I Am Streaming TV, a robinlynne-production, coming soon this summer. Also, You Heard Me First update news, comedy shows. I'll keep you posted on my tour. And that's all I'm going to give you for right now until everything is completed. And it's going to be a great, great TV show. Something different, but it's off the chain. What you got going on in the news, Boudin?
Well, what I got cooking on the grill, I got my T-shirts coming out and different kind of paraphernalias coming out, and we getting ready to start the gospel shows, comedian shows, and gospel rap, and et cetera, and show people how to get some legal money out here.
Okay. Well, we're running out of time. Anything you want to say, Uncle Ben? Uncle Ben. I'm just going to continue to work on my skill, and I'll keep y'all posted. Uncle Ben. Well, ladies and gentlemen, you can always tune in on the Uheardme1st Radio Talk Show. We had a great guest on the show, and she did correct all of us how to pronounce her first name. It's not Bethel, but it's Bethel Sheppard Bates. So, ladies and gentlemen, this episode will always be on demand. You can go on iHeartRadio, Spotify.com, Spreaker, of course, Google Podcasts, and also robinlynne-productions. That's it. Until next time, I'm your host, comedian Edwin Douglas, right along with my co-host, Boudin Man, and of course, our DJ sidekick, Uncle Ben. Peace, and may God bless you. All right.
Let it be what God says. They don't have to understand why I do it God's way. I believe Yahweh always make a way. The blood on the cross, the pain is all. So even when I don't see, I know that He holds and controls every single detail of my story, directing me, protecting me, expecting me to live so you can see He's blessing me, and I'm never defeated. In every season, I've got a reason to believe Him. With God, the impossible is never impossible. He moves the immovable, stops the unstoppable. God, yes, the great I am, and who could turn back His outstretched hand? I know Him for myself, and I believe what He said. I see my faith and saw these things. No matter what I see, no matter what I hear, no matter what I feel, I will not fear. No matter what I see, no matter what I hear, no matter what I feel, I am making it good. Let God be true. And every man realize, let God be true. And every man realize, my God is too big, my God is too great for me to be fazed by what they say, and what they say. They walk by sight, but I walk by faith. Bigger the mountain, greater the blessing. I'm too blessed to walk around here depressed, stressing and worrying when God already told me. It's deep before me, nothing can destroy me. Feeding my faith from the word of God, and I'm letting the seed take root in my heart. By His stripes I'm healed, I shall live. The number of my days God will fulfill. I'm the head and not the tail, above and not beneath. Unended with all grace, abounding towards me. See this walk of faith wasn't made for the birds. Confess God's word, but that's what's yours. No matter what I see, no matter what I hear, no matter what I feel, I will not fear. No matter what I see, no matter what I hear, no matter what I feel, I am making it clear. Let God be true. I'll say, and every day be alive. Let God be true. Sometimes you go things in life and you're not quite sure how it's going to work out. But if God said it, I believe it, because His word would never return to Him void. So let God be true. Yeah. And let Him be alive. And let God be true. Yeah. And let Him be alive. And let God be true. Yeah. And let Him be alive. No fear, just faith. No fear, just
All right, it's been another great episode on Uheardme1st Radio Talk Show. Until next time, you can always log on Uheardme1st Radio Talk Show, and we're on Spreaker, Spotify, iHeartRadio and also Robin Lynne Productions. Until next time, peace, and may God bless you.